Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another cast for HD Phoenix. This is game 2 of the Bliz Invitational Tournament. This is the upper bracket semi-finals, and we have two very famous players here. We at the 2 o'clock position, we do have the red haired as RedArchon, and the blue Zerg is gonna be Glade. It is Australia versus Thailand, and spoiler alert, if you have not seen game 1, you need to go watch game 1. But basically Glade had a very early advantage. He got mutas really early, and because of the map, the map was the other quadrant, and because of those cliffs and everything, it really helps Terran. But Glade turned that around and basically hopped between cliffs with his mutas. Well, not really hopped, but like flew, and basically harassed the Terran to no end. And then Glade won it at the 12-minute mark, and basically Glade just played with his food and just like, I don't know, like if I'm RedArchon right now, my mentality must be shot, because they're playing these games in series, and after playing that kind of game and you're forced to micro and you know you're behind and you make like a big army, but it doesn't matter because you basically get magic boxed by I think it was 44 mutas. Like, what the hell? 44 mutas, 56 banelings, and oh, what a game. But RedArchon is a very experienced player. If there's anybody who can recover from such a mental, I want to say mental rape, but that's just not the right term, but just mental shock from basically playing that kind of game. And we are going to see RedArchon open up with a very standard play. There is also very standard from Glade, 14 gas, 14 pool, and notice the timing of the extractor. The extractor was first, so the moment this pool is done, he is going to get 100 gas, because this map is famous for Reapers, because Reapers can hop up here, Reapers can do a lot of damage, and this drone is actually purely just to hang on the butt of this SCV and make sure this SCV does not build a bunker. This drone very wisely is going to make sure there is no bunker over here, and most likely going to pull another drone to follow the SCV. No, there's not a second SCV going to come out from RedArchon, and there goes the first Marine. So the Marine does want to find a bunker to hop into, but look at that replacement of Glade. Looking on Glade's side, he does see this whole area, so there is not going to be any form of bunker bullshit that is going to come out, and this Marine is going to be very lonely when it comes out. And there goes the bunker, but the Marine is already very close, and these drones are going to try to prevent it as much as possible. And yeah, okay, they are going to deny looking on the production tab. I need to pull out the production tab, man. Oh, I'm usually so good on that, but not today. And the Zerglings do move faster than the Marine. This Marine is going to go down. And this drone, man, is a baller drone. He's just going to punch the guy punch that bunker in the face. And look at that. This Marine does fall. Small pickup, but not too big. And look at that. The Reaper is already out. But the crucial thing is, speed is halfway done. And the thing is you can either go Mass Reaper. But then the thing is, if you go Mass Reaper, then you need speed. That's the only time you would really get speed. But if you go Mass Reaper, you're sacrificing a lot of your early gas, so you're not going to have factories, you're not going to have tanks, you're basically forced to go 3M. And if you go 3M, 3M meaning Marine Marauder, and then later Medvacs. Banelings are very strong against that composition. Baneling mutas, and we know Glade loves his Baneling muta. But the thing is, if you don't go Reapers without speed, these Reapers only move at 3, and once these Zerglings have their wings, and which they will very soon, they already have wings, they move at a speed of 4.7, so Reapers are absolutely garbage without speed, and without numbers. So this Reaper is purely going to use for scouting. He really should be stepping one step. There we go. And he is going to just use that purely for sight. And what is this Reaper doing? But Glade is going to be prepared for it. He is droning hard. He is getting his lair on the way. And this is a very early lair. I'm not really sure what Glade wants to do with this. And look at the creep spread. He does want to have sight all over his base. Now remember, imagine every single creep tumor as an overlord. 100 minerals right there. Because remember, if you look on Glade's site, everywhere there's a creep tumor, you have sight, just like an overlord. And Glade is really good on his creep spread. And that's something that every Zerg player should do. There goes the second gas. He most likely is going to get a third gas because that lair is really early. Like, I'm thinking he most likely wants to go his mutant Baneling play. And this Reaper is going to peek in here just to see. There is not going to be anything to snipe. But this Reaper very wisely is going to stay very close to... Oh, and he's not going to get any other scouting information done. He does hop up, and this Reaper, oh, he's done. He's on speed. These Zerglings move at speed of 6 on creep, but I'm not gonna see very much. He does RedArchon does see the lair, so he doesn't have to waste a scan. Remember, very very high level play. A scan base. Ooh, look at that! A hidden spire, very very nice. So if RedArchon is gonna scan, he is going to not see the spire, but if you see a lair, RedArchon is going to know that there most likely is going to be mutas, and look for him to throw down an engineering spade very very soon. And wow, why does it always not go off production tab? Maybe that's a bug because we're now on patch 1.1 and this is a replay from 1.0, but there are a lot of Marines. There's an MM, he is ready to take his expansion, but this is a really really small army. I don't know what RedArchon can do. He is really letting ice build up and macro up, but interestingly enough, they are even on macro. He is very very heavily saturated in his main base. He really does need to get an expansion really really soon. The engineering bay is coming up. The spire is not even done. So RedArchon knows in his head the timings. He doesn't want to waste minerals getting that the engineering base too early. And here we go. Gonna finish the orbital command. He is going to lift off, and look at that Zergling. He's like, "You shall not land." And yeah, he's probably good. Yeah, there we go. There goes the Marines. Not gonna delay that the command center at all. But more importantly, Glade does know that expansion is coming up, and he doesn't even have the pre-igniter. A very little bit of miss micro, and remember when you move out, you really do need to basically leave your units in a place that you can see and keep an eye on them. Are you going to lose them just like that? That Hellion just went down for no real reason really. And yeah, once again Glade is gonna get his spine cross. Look at that very nice creep spread. Look at that. Looking at Glade's side, he sees everything in his base, and there are gonna be creeps gonna just spread everywhere, and banelings on creeps with hooks are just disgusting. Like banelings moving at a speed of 4, stim marines only move at 3. If they're not stim, they're moving at 2. So even if stim marines are running for their lives with stim pack on, and they're not gonna outrun the banelings. If they're on creep. And this Marine is looking for overlords. He is going to find 5 mutas, and it's going to be the end of that. And look at RedArchon. He is overreacting like mad. Look at the amount of missile turrets that he has placed. There needs to be some missile turrets over here. But wisely, he has his MM ball over here, so he doesn't need missile turrets. But that's a lot of missile turrets this early in the game. This early in the game, you only have 5 mutas. Look at that. 2 more missile turrets. He's like, okay, I know. See, that's the thing when you go the same build every single game, which is I think why Oxygen lost against Ice, because Oxygen went the same build, and Glade is going standard. He is going to get a high yield, and he basically have free reign, but he's like, okay, if you're going to go mass muta, I'm just going to throw down extra missile turrets. Instead of 1 missile turret, I'm going to throw down 3, and you spent 1,000 minerals, 1,000 gas on 10 mutas, and I deny it. I deny all that power with 300 minerals and missile turrets. And it's really really good play. Like, don't underestimate static defenses. And these mutas are looking for a place to do harassment, but right now they're not getting it. And it's forcing Ice to basically get a 3rd hatch a lot earlier than he would like to, because what he would like to do is do harass, saturate this base very very nicely, and then get a 3rd. But basically he's forcing Ice to spend more money on units, because he knows that he's not doing the harass, and RedArchon is going to be able to get a lot more units out. What? Okay, HGH is totally just like, he's like, oh, you should look at this, you look at that. Oh, what? Just talk.
You said Ice, but it's Glade. Hello.
I'm talking. Oh, did I?
Yes.
Okay, but well, you know, they are my 2 favorite Zergs. One from Singapore, one from Australia. And you didn't have to interrupt me for that, man. That's just silly. You're a bad Zerg. You lose to Wee Choo Choo. Oh my god! But look at that. RedArchon is really really saturated. He is actually keeping on par, if not ahead, because of these mules. And this is the problem that the Zerg is gonna face. Mutalisks, think of Mutalisks as giant flying reapers. They do a lot of damage. But if you get the specific counter to mutas, they're not going to be very, very strong. Like, for example, if RedArchon is going to transit into Thors, and he already has Thors on the way, Thors are going to negate the mutas very, very well. And look, the first Thor is here, and he is getting upgrades very, very well. The thing, Glade is going to have to play 3 base, and I'm going to have to say, he is going to have to transit into high tech. if he wants to fight toe-to-toe with a 2-base Terran. And as I say, these mutas, there are a lot of mutas, there are 13 mutas, but with this